All right, so we need to find the equations of lines. We need a slope and we need a point in order to find this equation of a line. You can use point-slope form or you can use slope-intercept form. I suggest that you learn how to do both. If you're going to use point-slope form, it's great if that's all you need to do. But if you have to do something else with your equation, like solve simultaneously, slope-intercept is going to be better. All right, so anyway, I'm going to do both of them here to show you. In this first one, A, we've got these 2 points here, and we got to find the slopes. We use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. When I plug in my values, I'm going to find out that my slope is going to be 3 halves. So once I know my slope, then I'm going to plug that into y equals mx plus b, along with one of these points, the x and the y. And then I can solve for b. I'll have a y-intercept. Once you pause this, find the y-intercept and then write the equation and then start back up again. Okay, great. So I'm using this point here, 5, 6. Doesn't matter which point you use. They both are on the line. Anyway, I'm just substituting the x and the y in place of the x and the y and the slope in place of the slope. And now all I'm going to do is get the b by itself. I'm going to convert this 6 to a 12 over 2, so I can just subtract these fractions. But I'm going to find out that b is equal to negative 3 over 2. And then I'm just going to rewrite my equation, which is going to be y equals 3 halves x minus 3 halves. All right, now to do this in point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All you're going to do is plug in the y1 and the slope and the x1. And again, it doesn't matter which point you use. Go ahead and use 5, 6. Pause this, fill that in, and then get the point-slope form of this equation and start back up again when you're ready. All right, awesome. So once again, all you do is plug in these numbers and you're done. This is point-slope form. And that's all you got to do. So that's why it's easier. Now the thing is that if I got to do something with it, well then I'm going to have to get y by itself. And see, it's not that big of a deal, but you're distributing, you're doing this other stuff. If you're going to have to go ahead and change it to get y by itself, then you might as well go ahead and use slope-intercept form. But I mean, this is what you would do if you would do it, distribute and then get the y by itself. And you'll see that we end up with the same exact equation because they're just different forms. All right, so try B. In B, again, I got 2 points, 3, negative 5, and negative 2, 4. And what I want you to do is go ahead and find the slope and then plug it back into y equals mx plus b along with one of these points and then find the equation of the line and then start back up again when you're ready. Okay, so y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I suggest you write that over and over again. Anyway, I got a slope of 9 over negative 5. Anyway, when I plug in this point, I'm going to use 3, negative 5 in place of the x and the y. And along with the slope that I've already found, I'm going to find out that b is going to equal 2/5. So then when I put it back in my equation, I get y equals negative 9/5 x plus 2/5. Anyway, try doing point-slope form. Pause it and plug in 1 point, try the negative 2, 4, and then put it in point-slope form and start back up again when you're ready. All right, so again, we're just putting it in. There you go. We're done. And again, if you need to get y by itself, you got to do this. But keep in mind, what I've double underlined, that is point-slope form. That is an equation of a line. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's all they want is an equation of a line, that's the easiest thing to do. Anyway, let's take a look at part C. I've got these 2 points, 3, negative 1, and negative 3, negative 5. Go ahead and pause this, find the slope. Take one of the points, plug it into y equals mx plus b, find the y-intercept, and then write the equation. Start back up again when you're ready. Okay, so if I use the slope formula, I'm going to find out that the slope is going to be negative 4 over negative 6, or 2/3. And then when I plug it back into y equals mx plus b, and again, it doesn't matter what point you use, I'm going to use negative 3, negative 5. Solve for b. And then you're going to find out that b is going to equal negative 3. And then you write the equation by putting them back in there. All right. So now try doing point slope form and then start back up again when you're ready. Okay, so all we're going to do is I'm going to plug in this point here. Y minus -5 is y plus 5. Plug in. There you go. There's point slope form. All right, you need to be able to write equations of a line. I suggest that you practice this. In the problems, no one's going to ever ask you to find the equation of a line, but you're always going to have to be able to find it. So, hope this helps. Thanks for watching.